So this is EURJPY Analysis for Wednesday, 28th of February. Now, let's have a look what happened prices, where prices may likely go. So previously we saw prices come down towards this 130.94, from which we had prices move up with a gap up into resistance 31.70. Had prices come back down, close the gap, and retested 31.70. Now, we've had prices move above 31.70, held it as support on the retest of that level. We've had prices then up for a break away from the 31.70, but what we did see was this 200 period moving average that we did mention that we were looking to see if it would act as resistance again, this dynamic level, as it acted as resistance on two previous occasions, and on this third occasion it has acted as descending resistance, as we can see here by this kind of a bit of a bearish doji. I wouldn't say it's a pin bar. What we did see was price go up into 200 period average and pretty much sold off pretty strongly. We traded through the 31.70, didn't consolidate or hold it as support, and what we did see was prices continue to head downwards towards that 30.94. so from in around we've also had before I do forget, in around where we do have the 200 period moving average, we've also got a weekly pivot marked out here on the charts in around 32.02. So we did have the added confluence of the descending resistance, which was the 200 period moving average, as well as the horizontal level, which is a weekly pivot in around 32.02, which has been in the charts for a couple of months now. So we've come into the 32.02, and what we did see was a sell-off back down towards support of 31.70, a brief break above the 32.02 into the 200 period moving average, and added confluence of the 200 period moving average and the 32.02 proved too problematic for the euro yen, and what we did see was further sell side momentum taking us all the way back down towards this 30.94. so we'll see whether 30.94 does hold, as it did on this occasion before. We did see buy side momentum back up towards the 31.70. If, however, we are not able to hold on to this 30.94, the very next levels that we are looking at to the downside are 30.60 marked out in red, key important level, and if we do break from 30.60, we do have to be aware of the 130 being a psychological level, and beyond which we're looking for 129.45. now that is if we do see the continuation of the current trend, which is to the downside. If, however, we do hold on to this 30.94, we are looking for price head back up towards 31.70 for a test. If we might see, because it is a very strong level, we might see 31.70 act as resistance, so we might see a pullback or possibly retracement all back down towards 39.4, a successful break from which we're looking to see our prices react in around the 32.02. We also have to be aware of the 200 period moving average, which has proved problematic and has acted as descending resistance as well. So we'll have to be aware of the 200 period moving average as well as 32.02. But if we were to successfully navigate the 200 period moving average and 32.02, the very next level that we'll be looking at here is all the way up at 32.83. In around 32.83, we've got the added confluence of the 400 period moving average, which may act as resistance and thus increase the likelihood of seeing sell side momentum re-enter the market. Now, let's just have a brief look at the daily chart just to see how price is developing. So on this daily chart, we have seen persistence of the most recent sell-off continue. So from this test of 37.44, we've seen a very strong sell-side momentum come into this market. Now, we've come down towards the 200 period moving average, and we have not seen a positive reaction so far. We've had a brief pullback indicated by these wicks on these 2 days here, but since then we've closed. We're currently beneath the 200 period moving average, so we do appear to have seen a possible shift in sentiment here on the euro yen. It's too early to probably say, but there is a strong persistent downwards trend more recently. But we'll see how prices develop, because if we have a look over several months, the market is still in bullish territory. So we'll see whether this is just merely a pullback before continuation in a couple of weeks' time. But overall, this market does look poised for further downside momentum. Yes, this market does seem poised for further downside momentum all the way into the levels previously identified. And with that said, that pretty much wraps up the Euro Yen analysis. Thanks for watching.